Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell Podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by, once again, Rajah Caruth from the Rev Racing Development Program. How's it going?
I'm good, Casey. How are you, man?
Good. So how was South Boston this last weekend?
I'll say it was okay. Well, first off, that was my first time being in a car there, so it was cool to our practices went well, our qualifying went well, and I think we got our car kind of pretty good, but I think it was almost I couldn't I could make good lap time with it, especially through practice and qualifying, but with the races and stuff, especially with how it was 150 total laps with the two twin 75s. Towards the end of the second twin, I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but overall, it was a pretty solid weekend. Sixth and seventh place finishes. I feel like we could have ran top five had things gone our way in both of them, but that's how racing goes. South Boston is a cool facility, and it was cool to meet Miss Rice and the people that run stuff up there, and it was still a pretty solid weekend. Didn't tear up too much stuff, so yeah.
Okay, so where are you going next week, or when's your next race? I should say.
I believe we're going to Tri-County in the weekend after Easter. I'm not 100% sure, but I'll let you know. I really don't know. I want to say Tri-County, but I'm not sure.
So are you committed to run the from the ARCA East front? Are you committed to run a lot of those races as well?
Yes, sir. Hoping to run the full season with the ARCA East stuff. I just got to do what I'm supposed to do, and we'll hopefully be able to do that. Hopefully come back with a good win or something at Nashville and then repeat it at Dover.
So kind of going into, this season, did you expect that, you'd be doing all this?
No, not really at all. Well, yes and no. Especially at the beginning of the off season, I wasn't really sure. I was just spending time here and working on our stuff, and just learning. Not really knowing what I would do this year. It wasn't really a good or bad thing. I was just enjoyed being here and learning, and just seeing, what I could learn and how I could better myself for the next time I'm in a race car. And so, of course, when I learned, my plans for this year, it was very cool, but I didn't really change up anything. I was still being here in the mornings and throughout the day and throughout the week working on our stuff. Our ARCA short track car, whether it's been a little part of it or a somewhat large part of it, I've helped or been a part of the process of getting that thing together from getting the body from Brett Holmes, and really just putting that thing together. And Shakira looks really fast, and she is really fast. So
okay, so what so besides that, any what are you going to do during the time off? Are you going to go back home or something?
No, sir, man. I am here. I'm going to live in North Carolina for a minute, till I'm done driving. But I don't really think I'll go back to DC. I may go for a couple of days to because I still have my provisional driver's license, so I have to get my full license.
Yeah.
So that's the thing I have to do. May do a doctor's appointment or something while I'm up there. But besides that, man, I'm just here. I'm still going to school, still at the shop, so pretty straightforward.
Yeah. So are you gonna watch any of the Bristol Dirt stuff?
I'm ready for the crapshoot that it's gonna be. It's gonna be fun to see them race on dirt. I've tried it on iRacing. I'm terrible at dirt, and I was terrified. So I'm terrified to see how it's gonna go on TV. But it'll be a good show, so that'll be cool. Get me a snack for practice today, or the 4 practices today, and then tomorrow and Sunday. Well, tomorrow I'll be at Hickory with LeVar and Regina, but when I'm at home and can watch the races, best believe I will have a snack, and I'll be legs propped up and watching the chaos that is about to ensue.
How about that win in the Monday Night League?
Yeah, that was pretty fun. Honestly, if I'm gonna be honest with you, man, if I did what I was supposed to, I should definitely have had 4 wins last year. But things happen. It's iRacing. But it was cool. We've got some sponsor interest for the 3rd season, so that'll be really fun to do. Hopefully, I can couple that with a Monday Night Racing Championship and maybe an ARCA East Championship at the end of this year too.
Yeah, who knows? Quite exciting. I mean, obviously, you're going to have to. And you got that 18 car, you got that 17 car, and you got all those others, and so it's gonna be Arc East is gonna be a fun season this year. So
Definitely, I think we can. I definitely think, especially with how Pensacola went, with let's just say the things I was lacking on my end, and still to run fourth when we probably should have ran second. I mean, and I never seen Pensacola before either. Like, especially, I think we're going to be pretty stout towards the end of this year.
yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to be good. You have any do you have any plans for the off week?
Winston off? Oh, this coming week's gonna be off week. Homework. I don't know. Homework, iRacing, the usual.
Yeah.
I think our next big ARCA race next going to Talladega, so working on that Speedway car and getting whatever the stuff happens with LeVar and Regina's car from this weekend. Basically, almost done with our fixing up the late model I drove, with putting a new bumper bar on it, and really redoing the duct work on the nose, and then working on Izzy's too, because she kind of got torn up a little bit too.
Yeah.
I mean, but besides that, I mean, get a couple days off, chillax.
Yeah.
This may make me sound like a social reject, but like racing is like everything I do, like all day, every day. So like when people say off weekends or off days, I'm like, this is kind of weird because like I don't really enjoy doing much other stuff.
Apparently,
Like,
I've learned that racing there is no off season. So.
Exactly, there is no off season for real. So
which means that I have more guests next week when I do this podcast. They're like, yeah, let's come on. It's like it's always a working weekend for us, so it's why not. So yeah. All right, Rajah, thanks so much, man, and we'll let's catch up again whenever you want to come on.
Sounds good. Thanks for having me, Casey.